Semiconductors are basically the backbone of everything right now. AI, cloud computing, electric vehicles, and none of it works without its chips. Now, the thing about it though is not all semiconductors, they don't do the same thing. Some power AI, some power computers, and some power entire energy systems. Let's break down these three stocks that you need to understand. Now, if you want more breakdowns like this, please let's keep this simple, guys, and hit the like and subscribe button as I do appreciate the support, and comment below what it is you want to see in future upcoming videos. Now, first company we're going to be starting off with is none other than ticker symbol AVGO, otherwise known as Broadcom Incorporated. Now, this is one of the strongest companies in the entire semiconductor space. Now, to keep things simple, because this is my first time covering Broadcom on this channel, so if you don't know what Broadcom is and what they do, they're a semiconductor company and they basically build the brains and plumbing behind modern tech. When you use the internet, stream videos, use AI tools, Broadcom is often working in the background. And speaking of Broadcom, they're currently trading at $422.76. And as we do see here, Claude expects a 1-year projection of almost $500, just 7 cents below $500, guys. Now, the business breakdown of all of this is they mainly focus on two main things, which are chips and software. And some more recent news that I came across with this company is they recently expanded their partnership with Google Cloud, and that is a big deal because it ties them directly into AI infrastructure and cloud growth, which, as I did mention, is where two of their main focuses are applied with the chips and their software. So the financials, again, to keep it simple, same thing. I did the analysis on their 10K and I did the math and I put everything in a report. Their revenue is currently at $63.8 billion. Growth, pretty decent, 23.9% year over year. And gross margin is at 67.7%. Their operating income is at $25.4 billion and their cash on hand is at $16 billion. These are elite level numbers, guys. So Broadcom is a dominant high-margin AI plus infrastructure company. This is not a maybe stock. This is a leader. If you enjoy my content, please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you ever need help making better decisions with investing, simply take a look at the first link below to get access to my community and support yourself with like-minded investors and get access to the world's leading AI models, Claude, Gemini, OpenAI, and Grok. Get all of this software for $7 in my community, and my community is free. And when we go from a stock like this, we're going to transition to a different company that isn't on the same scale and isn't as much of a leader as Broadcom. And that company is ticker symbol INTC, otherwise known as Intel. Now, Intel, they don't do the same exact thing as AVGO, but Intel makes the brains of computers and servers. And if you've ever seen Intel Core i5, i7, or i9, that's them. Now, the big difference is what makes Intel unique is they design and manufacture their own chips. Most companies, they don't do both. Now, another thing, speaking of Intel, they've had some very bullish price momentum recently. After what was reported on April 23rd, they had their earnings report and the stock has jumped about $15, guys, ever since the close at $66. No, it's almost $20 actually. I mean, from the highs, 78. So 78, 8, 1, 8, 2, 8, 3, 8, 4, 5. It's a $17 jump from the highs of April 23rd, Thursday, from today, it's late for me, guys. It's 1:30 in the morning. So yesterday, this was Thursday, the highs of Thursday, and this was the highs of Friday. So clearly the stock market did like the reaction that they got from the financials in their quarterly report. And reading on that quarterly report, actually going into the financials, we see here that their revenue was at $13.6 billion. Growth was at 7%. I believe it was a loss of 7. It was negative 7%, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check that for you guys. Intel recent quarterly report. Let me just make sure. Let me just double check that for you guys. when we compare it to fiscal year 2025. I'm sorry, guys. It is up 7% from the fiscal year 2025 when you compare it to the fiscal year of 2026. Because again, this is just for Q1. Gross margin is at 39.4%. Operating loss is negative, however. I do got to mention that to you. It's at a loss of 23.1%, and their cash on hand in the report does state that it's at $17 billion. Now, Intel is behind in AI when you compare to NVIDIA, and it's lost ground to AMD. But they're investing heavily to come back, and they're trying to become a global chip manufacturing powerhouse. And the take with Intel is it's a turnaround play. It's higher risk than Broadcom, but potentially big upside if they execute. But now let's talk about a completely different type of semiconductor company. Who am I going to be talking about? You probably haven't heard too much about it. It's a little more under the radar. Ticker symbol ON Semiconductor. Now, what they do is they don't focus on AI hype. They focus on power and sensing chips. Think of it like this. The system that keeps everything running efficiently. That's ON. Now, the key areas for this company is they power chips and EV systems and image sensors, and they have a huge exposure to electric vehicles, energy systems, and industrial automation. The financials for the 10K of fiscal year 2025, they have revenue at $6 billion, growth at 15% year over year. It's actually at a decline, so it's negative 15%. Gross margins at 33%, and operating margins at 13%. Now, the reality check for this company is it's more of a cyclical business. It's tied to EV demand, tied to industrial demand, and so when these slow down, the stocks do feel it. So again, it could be a little more risky depending on your risk tolerance, guys. And ON is less hype, more real world infrastructure, but currently facing slower growth. So here's the easy way to understand all. Broadcom AVGO is AI plus infrastructure leader. Intel is a comeback plus manufacturing bet, and ON is EV plus energy chip play. Same sector, completely different roles. If you had to pick one of these stocks for the long term, which one are you personally choosing? I am curious to know. So please let me know in the comment section below. And if you want more breakdowns like this, please drop a comment and subscribe button, as I do appreciate the support I get from all of you guys. But besides that, guys, InvestQ out. Stay safe, stay green. Keep making smart decisions with your long-term portfolios, and I'll see you all in the next video.